Two icons, one pursuit. Andretti Autosport is thrilled to support the news of Andretti Global and General Motors with Cadillac, two American powerhouses coming together to pursue the opportunity to compete in the FIA F1 World Championship. Hashtag Cadillac V Series, hashtag All Andretti. Huge news just dropped earlier today from Andretti and Cadillac that they intend to enter Formula 1. Not by buying out a team, but by being their own entry, meaning that finally F1 could be getting an 11th team to join the sport, which will most likely occur in 2026. Welcome to the channel, and before we get into this, I just want to say if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button down below and subscribe for more F1 content. Currently about 75% of my viewers are not actually subscribed to the channel, and if you are one of those, I would really appreciate it if you just tap that little subscribe button, and in return I'll be bringing you all the F1 content for 2023. Now, let's get into the video. Andretti, it seems, has finally ticked all the boxes and is ready to jump every single hurdle that F1 and the likes of Toto Wolff has thrown in their way. At the beginning of 2022, we heard that Andretti was looking for a bid to join F1 in 2024, and all of the fans became very excited. This is what we were looking for and had been waiting for, an 11th team to join the sport and increase the field from 20 back to 22 cars. But the teams already in the sport did not want this. Most vocally as an opposition was Toto Wolff, stating that a new team joining the sport would dilute the sport for existing constructors. It must be said he was not the only team principal saying this. Christian Horner and Franz Tost both echoed those statements. Later, they were stating that an entry bid by the likes of Audi and Porsche is far more important for the future of F1 than an entry such as Andretti, essentially saying that Andretti is not big enough for F1. Which is a shame, because if F1 and the team principals actually looked outside of the F1 bubble, they would realise just how big of a name Andretti is. The team currently compete very competitively in IndyCar with the likes of Colton Herta, who is another name rumoured for F1 in the future, Romain Grosjean and Devlin DeFrancesco. Not only this, but they compete in Formula E and in IMSA as well, which is an American sports car championship, so they are very much a huge name in motorsports. And importantly for F1, they are a huge name in American motorsports, and this for me is important for the future of F1. Another huge American name in the sport will bring with it more American sponsors, which every team should be excited about, and almost certainly it will grow the fan base in America even more than it did when Haas joined. But these disgruntled voices continue. Later it was announced that Andretti will be partnering with Renault/Alpine should they be able to join the grid in 2024, meaning that they had a power unit supplier, but they were still met with negativity despite getting a power unit supplier. The current team principals were still unhappy, stating that they are not worth the entry. Again, this is despite Andretti being able to afford the $200 million entry fee. It seemed like the gig was up for Andretti. Maybe though there was still a chance, and this came through buying out a team, but that ended very abruptly when Sauber announced that Audi was buying into their team and replacing the Alfa Romeo team. Despite being willing to pay the fee and announcing that they will be building a bigger base in America, the current teams were still not interested. It seemed all hope was lost. They were only interested in a team that could bring along a manufacturer, a name already within the automotive industry, and well, Andretti was close, but no cigar. Even if they teamed up with Renault, it is still not a new manufacturing name. The final hurdle seemed just too big. But then, current FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem put out a tweet stating that the FIA is looking into launching an expression of interest to join F1, and all of a sudden, it seemed that something might be beginning to happen, but surely it would not come off, because well, Andretti still doesn't have a manufacturer alongside them. This is where Cadillac come into play. Out of the blue on the 5th of January 2023, Cadillac announced that they are interested in joining the F1 Championship alongside Andretti, which means now the final hurdle has been kicked down. Cadillac and General Motors are officially interested in joining the F1 circus. The involvement of Cadillac is still unknown. In my opinion, they will likely play a part in the sport in the same way that Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo do. They will be a brand, but they will only be there in name only. But regardless of that, the final hurdle, it seems, has officially been knocked down. Cadillac are an automotive company and are part of General Motors and have an extensive history in motorsports, especially once again being a part of IMSA and sports car racing. With this in mind, there is really no more excuses left for anyone to deny the entry of Andretti into Formula 1. This can be seen by the fact that Mohammed Ben Sulayem has welcomed the interest by Andretti into F1, and the racing world now awaits the response of the FIA to this bid. But there will still be one question: who will power Andretti if Cadillac are not joining as a power unit supplier? Well, for me, it's very clear that Honda and Mercedes will not be powering Andretti, especially given that Toto Wolff and Christian Horner were both very quick to dismiss the Andretti name. I don't think it'll be Ferrari either, as they will surely be focusing on themselves and supplying Haas. And well, Haas will likely not want them to supply another American team, which really only leaves two suppliers, and that will be Audi and Renault. Audi will be unlikely due to them still being new to the sport and wanting to focus on their own car and power unit. It's a big task for Audi. You have to think they are also being a manufacturer in the full sense. They have their own car and their own power unit, which means they've got a lot of work to do, and they are not going to be ready to supply a second team for a couple of years, in my opinion, which really only leaves one manufacturer, and that is Renault. And for me, it would make perfect sense for Renault to power the Andretti team. Renault have been the only engine supplier seemingly in support of Andretti joining, and it would make sense for them, as it means that they will finally have a second team that they can power, which will be important for Renault, especially when the new engine regulations come into effect in 2026, because it means there's another team for them to help with the development of the power unit. That being said, this is still a developing story, and it's still unclear yet if Cadillac and GM intend to enter and build their own power unit for the 2026 season, but I am sure we will find out very soon. It's all getting very exciting, and it helps for me to build up excitement for the 2023 season as well. The final question though is, will Andretti be the only team looking to join the grid in 2026, or will we see another team try their hand at finding a way onto the grid? Only time will tell, but given the resistance that Andretti has faced, it will be a very big mountain for any other manufacturer or team looking to join the sport in 2026. But that is what I think. The question though is, what do you think? Are you excited about Andretti? And are any other teams potentially joining F1? And if so, who would you like to see join the sport? And as always, comment, leave a like, and subscribe for more F1 content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.